Hi Cancer, I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome to your general message for August 8th through the 15th we're going to be doing. I hope you guys are doing okay with Mars in that 10th house there. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some extra love at the end. It did win by 44% in the poll that I took. Astrology did come at a high enough 22% for me to mention it, and career at 30%, which I'll be addressing in the Celtic cross spread as well. 4% other, so hopefully we'll hit you guys as well at some points in the reading. But yeah, I mean, look, Cancer, you got Mars in the 10th. You're going to feel so much fire in your belly to figure something out having to do with your career, how you show up in the world, even if you don't have a job. Just like, what do you contribute to the world, right? You're really going to be in this space of really wanting to push something forward. The only thing is, if you jump into anything, really like anything that you maybe got into around June up to like September, you may end up having to reassess that particular situation just because of how Mars is, and then it's going retrograde on September 9th through November 15th. So we're going to be doing some revisits there, but it is squaring your 7th house of relationships. We have Jupiter and Pluto conjunct in there. So what I'm getting here is like, you guys have been very focused on what you want, need, and desire in relationship and partnerships. This could have to do with business partnerships as well, or like marital level relationships, right? It's not really love affairs or just simple boyfriend-girlfriend relationships. That's more 5th house energy. But in the 7th house, it has to do again with marital partners, business partners, anyone who you have a shared soul purpose with. So even a close friend or family connection, or really close colleagues even. But really getting very focused on what it is that you want, need, and desire in those types of, in that area. And while you'll be really clear on what you want, Saturn's going to be creating some sort of, I'm going to say, putting up some guardrails for you to work around, right? That's just going to require work by everyone involved to work through. It's going to take a lot of work because of the tension. The tension can feel very thick and heavy, having to do with whatever this partnership connection is. And even those of you who are not married, if you're in a long-term serious relationship, maybe marriage is just the paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would obviously apply to you as well. But it's going to be this tension between the two. Now, again, the Jupiter and Pluto conjunction is going to be really making you excited to transform something. But then Saturn is going to say, you know, hold on. You're very excited. You have all these great ideas, but you may need to pull it back and reassess and approach it from a different way. Think about something differently when it comes to the dynamic between your career and the relationships, right? It's going to be something different for each of you. But that's what's going to be happening in general, right? Over like the next 4 months, really. But specific to this week, we have Saturn is forming a quintile with Chiron on August 12th. So we get the lovers. And this aspect formed in December of 2019, and it'll perfect again on September, like towards the end of September. I want to say 24th to 25th. But we could feel more competent and effective and very secure regarding our responsibilities during this time, which is really good. We're going to feel a very strong sense of innovation and tradition, and we're going to be good at making something work for us. We're also very able to express our unique qualities, right? Because that Mercury and Leo energy, we're all going to be feeling that. We just want to make sure that we're as good a listener, right, as we can be as well. And then also on the 15th, the last day of, you know, this time period that I'm covering here, Uranus does turn retrograde. And this can be a season for more conservative approach to pursuing whatever goals you are going after, okay? So while Uranus is retrograde, it's going to be until like the middle of January. Your desires to make changes in your life are going to be turned inward as you get in touch with what you start recognizing as potentially maybe holding you back up to this point, and which is going to allow you to live more spontaneously and authentically, which is really good. Nice. We got the sun. That's where you're at right now. Beautiful. Ace of Wands, external energy. Your fear is the moon. It's like you're afraid of thinking too deeply about something. Oh, we got the unknown. We got the unknown and the outcome. Okay, you guys are the first unknown of the day that I got from all the readings. Okay, let's pull some Lenormand. So yeah, that's what's going to be going on. Definitely less rebellious time in general right now, hopefully. You know, generally speaking, obviously, but at least when it comes to appearances, right? Most people are going to be a little more inclined to follow the rules. Keeping it on a personal level, you know how I like to do. I like to play Switzerland when it comes to what's going on in society, because it's just like too big a mess to even comment on, and whatever. I don't want to bring that into my channel right now. But Mars is going to be going retrograde soon on September 9th, so we're going to be taking things slowly, right? It makes sense right now. It definitely makes sense right now to take things a little slower. So we have the man looking in the past. We have the woman looking into the future. All right, let me show you these. I'm sorry. I know you guys like to see the cards. So this is the man. This is the lady. So each, the male and the female in the Lenormand deck, there are two versions of each. So he is like very patient, patiently waiting, but he's looking behind him and she's looking forward. So this may be, if you are a male, you may not be seeing something. Ladies, the man you're with may not be seeing something that you might be feeling right now. So let's see, we have flowers, which is like an invitation of love, something that you really want to do. Okay, and then we have the mask, which is about not being an authentic version of oneself, maybe being involved in something that you're realizing really doesn't resonate with you on the deepest level, or it could be that you're confused, and rather than ending something, you may be professing your love or your feelings one way or another, you or your partner. Okay, and I'm going to swing back around and address this as far as career goes as well. But there is this lack of authenticity there, and it could be and then we have coffin. Okay, something needs to end the way it was, because if somebody is not being very entrenched in their integrity. But then we have the stalk. With the stalk means an ending and a new beginning. This indicates a cycle. So this could be a new beginning in the relationship, or starting off new somewhere else, guys. Sorry, but that is, you know, we have to understand that's the way the cards work, right? They have different interpretations, particularly for general readings. So this could be, if this is a relationship, the male in the relationship not seeing that the words of affection, of love, of intention from the female involved in this connection may not be 100% authentic, not because she's being malicious, maybe she is, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It could mean that, you know, like for example, if you are a Cancer female, you may not be disclosing to your partner how very focused and driven you are within your career, and that you fear it being an issue having to, you know, within your relationship. Or you may just having a change of heart because you only want to focus on your career. But the coffin does indicate the ending to something as it was, but then the stalks do indicate a new life. So for some of you, it is just as I just indicated. For some of you, it could be, if you are a male, okay, because Lenormand is very literal. Male, again, you may not be seeing something having to do with the female that you are associated with. Okay, if you are a man and you're here with a career on your heart, you may not be seeing the reality because she's holding Venus around her neck, and Venus is a money planet. It also has to do with tapping into how we feel and how we feel valued as far as being involved in something, okay? So there's some sort of reality that you may not be seeing right now, Cancer, having to do, if it's career, the reality, the finances of a situation where they're a little sketchy. You want to make sure that you get it in writing. It's something that you're not seeing, as far as you're not sure how you feel about being involved in this job. You're not sure about the money. You're just really not sure. But there is this invitation to move forward in this job, but it's going to end up being a situation where you're going to end up playing a role in there for the moment, but you're really not going to stay in it. The coffin would indicate you ending up leaving it and starting a new job, a different position, not staying in whatever line of work this is in. Okay, this is it. Now, ladies, if it's you here with the job on your heart and you're the lady here holding on to that Venus, focusing on money, feeling really valued and really good in moving forward into something, it's you dealing with a male energy. This could be either a boss, a colleague. This could even be your partner, your intimate partner, having to do with something where they're not maybe they're not listening to your wants, needs, and desires as far as how the future is going to go, not really hearing your voice, really not hearing your voice. But there is this message that comes in that's going to lend clarity to you, but it's going to create a situation where you're going to play them at their own game for the moment, end up leaving the situation to start a new cycle. So that was a mouthful. That's the Lenormand. They're very full of messages, guys. I hope that's okay with you. I mean, the majority of people in my community prefer the deeper messages. I know all readers are different and they handle things different. And I encourage you to check out other readers. Absolutely. But this is, for this reason, I like to include the Lenormand. I've always loved this card, but I was always afraid to break it out on YouTube, and I started doing it last month, and you guys seem to like it. We have Gemini, okay, which is about the third house of communication, also about learning something new. Remember, Gemini, it's ruled by Mercury, is all about the student. It's learning something new. It's communicating. It's marketing, it's advertising, it's all that stuff. Okay, then we have the North Node. Yeah, and the North Node's in Gemini right now. Yeah, so I feel like definitely releasing up something from your belief system, and that's Sagittarius South Node energy, and you're going to be learning something new to replace something in that belief system. So lots of learning is going to be going here, right? And we have the 8th house, which has to do with how we show up when we blend with other, having to do with anything in work, business partnership, relationship. This is about shared resources. This is about inheritance, investments, insurance payouts, tax payouts, anywhere where there's money gained. Anything like that. So learning something new, definitely learning something new. And this is money energy here I am getting for those of you that would resonate with that as far as investments and whatnot. But equally so, it does have to do with how we show up with other people. So learning something new about a new way of thinking that's necessary in order to show up with somebody, right? And again, you know, this is the thing, just so that you guys understand the 7th house energy squaring with the 10th. Saturn being in there is going to be making things thick and heavy, yes, but it doesn't mean that because Mars does rule releasing attachments, you could end up ending a relationship, being in a space of ending a relationship. It may have happened right now, you know, it may be happening coming up. It doesn't mean that it has to be. You can be successful in the connection having to do with the 7th house, whether it's a business partnership or that relationship. It's just going to take a lot of work and everyone showing up. That's all Saturn asks. Saturn will give you the world. The world energy is Saturn. The world card is Saturn, but you got to do the work. So I just wanted to let you know that. Knight of Wands, Scorpio and Sagittarius in the recent past. So Scorpio, first of all, it rules sex, and Sagittarius rules moving forward. So some of you may have been dealing with this situation, like coming up to this energy where maybe you got an invitation to somebody else, and you weren't sure what you were going to do with that invitation, and you're already in a connection and your partner doesn't even know about it. So you're kind of like playing both sides of something here, and then you would eventually allow the ending. I'm just talking about mindset here coming into this. For some of you, this could indicate you meeting somebody brand new who you're really attracted to, and you're starting a new cycle with them. The Scorpio is about transformation. It's ruled by Pluto, right? It can mean a number of things. General reading, I'm going to give you all the different ways that it could be indicated. For others of you with career on your heart, this can indicate brand new start in a job. With Sagittarius is all about luck and expansion, moving forward with integrity. So that's right where your head is at. It's just about movement. Focus on that 10th house energy. Mars has a fire under your feet to create a solid career for you right now, for sure. Then we have the situation right now as the Lovers, which means that there's a decision that needs to be made regarding this connection, whether it's that intimate connection, whether it has to do with that business partnership, whatever it is. The Lovers energy are people who we have a shared soul purpose with, again, right? Understand that. This is a Gemini energy as well. You might be dealing with a Gemini energy. We do have Gemini here showing up, learning new things about each other, learning as a way of fixing something, making something better, the version of whatever you want it to be. Because not in this deck, but like in the regular, like in the classic Rider-Waite, the Lover's energy, they have their hands extending out to each other and there are clouds in the middle, right? And Archangel Raphael is above them, and the clouds indicate there being issues in their foundation, there being fissures in the foundation of the connection, and making the decision to do what's necessary in order to make it work, but promising each other that you're both going to be in it together. But we have the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands just indicates there being something very heavy that needs to be burnt away. There's been too much stress in this situation for it to continue as it was, and this means it needs to be the ending of a cycle of something. Now, it's the burning off of something that became too overwhelming and too taxing. So whether it was something in the relationship, whether it's your own thoughts, where everything just became too heavy and emotional for you to deal with, or whatever was going on in that relationship or in that job or in that family connection, that friendship, where you just, first of all, couldn't see straight because you're holding all these wands right in front of you, so it's blocking your view from even being able to effectively move forward. And guys, you know what, quite frankly, this is also like the catch-22 card, where I call it, because it's like, let's say if this is indicative of a career, right? You really want the Lover's energy. You want to be in something that where it's equitable and everybody's doing their damn job and everybody's showing up and doing what they're supposed to do, and there's fairness and everybody's getting paid what they're supposed to be paid and everybody's feeling good and supporting each other. But it's being crossed by this toxic situation that you just can't find your way out of. And the thing is, as much as you want that situation, you're stuck in a situation right now because you don't have the time or the wherewithal to actually dedicate yourself. This is going to resonate with some of you, again, general message, where you're not going to have the time, for example, to look for a new job. Looking for a new job is very time consuming. But if you're very entrenched in a job and with domestic responsibilities and other situations in your life, how do you carve out that time to actually look for new employment? It becomes this kind of like catch-22 thing, where it's like, as much as you want to make the change, and maybe you really want to go to therapy and figure stuff out from the past, and you don't want to carry around all of this emotional, baggage with you, but where's the time? You can't, you know what I mean? So it's very much like a multitasker, very heavy energy, where you're just like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. Wands down. Something needs to be burnt off here to declutter my life. And that's really what it is. So there needs to be a decluttering in order for this Lover's energy to happen. So if that is being in a relationship, where are you allowing all the other busy stuff in life to get in the way of your connection? If this is to do with a business partnership, where are you allowing all of the noise from external whatever to get in the way of you guys coming together as a solid partnership to make your business work? Do you know what I mean? So it's all of that. And it could also be a frustrating energy where it's like, everybody wants to get together for a shared purpose, but this Ten of Wands that's getting in the way could actually just be COVID. And it could just be, the restrictions and everything, how we're all being held back for our own good, right now, however we want to look at that, right? But that's the situation right now. Crowning you is the Three of Pentacles. We're very focused on building. Mars and Capricorn, you're very focused on creating a blueprint for the rest of your life, moving forward, doing the work. Mars is all about initiative. Capricorn's about work. And again, going back to that's exactly lines up with your astrology, Cancer. You have Mars in that 10th house right now. You're very focused on doing what you need to do to get your career straight, or at least feel like you're on that path. Ace of Cups, beautiful new beginning, absolutely fabulous. This is indicative of a brand new relationship for many of you. For some of you, this is the offer of a new job. I mean, this is a great brand new approach to something that is really going to speak to your heart space. And what I mean by that is you feeling like, when you're in this sweet pocket of something where you feel like, you're in the groove of something really good. You're with the person you're supposed to be with. You're in the job you're supposed to be in. You're studying the major you're supposed to be. Like, it just lines up. Do you know what I mean? Lines up. So I do like that. Now, I just want to circle back for a quick second before we do the other side of the cross, for those of you who are single. So yeah, I mean, this could certainly indicate you meeting somebody new, or recently, or being super open to meeting somebody new. Okay, the Lover's energy could indicate you making the decision to open yourself up to somebody, but you may realize, Cancer, that you are carrying a lot of stuff from your past with you. There's something from your past. If somebody new is coming in and you decide that you want to try to engage in that relationship, there's somebody that's still very entrenched in your energy, very entrenched in your heart, that is not allowing you to effectively move forward. Even though you're very focused on building and moving forward in this new relationship, there's some sort of past issue that really needs to be looked at and put to bed, you know, if that's the right thing for you to do, you know, whatever you're feeling. And then we have the Sun energy as you right now. So this is a very beautiful energy of cultivating, of love. What's interesting about the Sun energy is that it's not only is it a deepening of love, it's like a celebration in love. Okay, so a lot of you guys might be in a space of having a very celebratory vibe in your relationship, but you might have changes going on in your career. And you know, sometimes it really does end up being a blend. It makes sense. Life is a blend, right? But I love that we got the Sun. This is great. You know, the Sun rules Leo. Leo's that 5th house, feeling very creative, feeling very passionate. It's a romance energy. Those of you in the space connecting well with your children, those of you who have kids, you know, it's getting in touch with something that you really want. Now, for those of you in career, the Sun is awesome if you have any sort of entrepreneurial ideas. Awesome, awesome. Because if you think about it, the Sun rules the 5th house, right? And the 5th house rules our kids. And our kids are our creations that we help cultivate and grow. So in that way, it's very similar to our entrepreneurial efforts. And this is a beautiful energy that you could be in to bring yourself, you know, growth in some sort of entrepreneurial effort. So we do like that. External to you, we have the Ace of Wands. Yes, Ace is brand new. Wow, are you excited? Okay, listen. Those of you just meeting somebody, honestly, this is a very, like, for you, this is very subjective, but you view them as being very hot, very sexy, very attractive, very exciting, very all of that beautiful, delicious stuff, okay? Because wands are will, motivation, passion, attraction. It's all of that fabulous stuff. And Ace is a brand new path, right? It's brand new and it's external to you. So that external energy is going to be impacting the Sun vibe. So that makes sense to me, having to do with a new relationship. If it's not a new relationship, this could absolutely be your partner just being really hell-bent on some sort of new, there's something new that your partner is bringing into the relationship that's going to end up making you feel, your partner could be really, really excited and very, very passionate about something. This could be your partner getting a new job, something going on really beautifully with your partner that's going to end up impacting you. This could also very directly indicate you getting a new job offer and you feeling super excited about it. So could manifest a bunch of different ways depending on where you're at in your life and what else is in your chart. The Moon is in your fear position. This is interesting because this is kind of like, you know, you're afraid of what's deep inside of you. And I get that. I do understand that, right? I mean, the Moon is your ruler and it's all, you know, you guys are all about that 4th house energy, safety, home roots, all of that. But it's almost like, I feel like you're almost afraid of your own level of sensitivity when it comes to something. You want to make sure you're kind of afraid, am I assessing this the right way? Because the Moon rules things that are underneath, that are done in private. So when I get this, it's either what you're feeling in private or you're afraid of what your partner or your business partner or whoever it is that you're dealing with, you know, within this energy, what are they really thinking? And you might be in a space of wondering and fearing that. And then the outcome energy is the unknown. So it's like we're not supposed to know this right now. And the unknown card always means it depends on what you're willing to do. Because the unknown, if you're willing to put the work in, it's going to work out great. But it's never only up to you. When you're involved in any sort of situation that involves even just one other person, you're only partially responsible for that outcome. You can only control you and what you put into it. So the unknown is it depends on the energy that you're dealing with, that intimate partner, that business partner, that friendship, that family connection, what is going on. But in the near future, we have the Queen of Wands, which is a Pisces and Aries energy, and this is great. Honestly, I mean, Pisces is our dreams and Aries is a brand new path and a new perspective. So it's so positive. However this ends up working out for you, you're going to feel very intuitively called, I feel like, to recognize what the right decision is for you. But it ends up being what you're supposed to do, right? Because the Queen of Wands, again, forward movement, passion, motivation, feeling really excited, making something, creating. It's creating. And that's the near future. So I don't feel like I actually want to pull any extra cards on that, because I feel like you're going to know, if you're resonating with this, what I'm talking about. I care more about what the near future is, and the fact that we got the Queen of Wands. I think whatever you decide to do, Cancer, is really going to be really good for you. Neptune. It's so funny, Neptune. Okay, Neptune, unknown best friends. Because Neptune is about, it's the ruler of the 12th house, right? Rules Pisces. It's about feeling really unclear about something, trying to look at life through a very dirty window. You sort of make out what you want, but you're not totally sure. And you don't know right now. And you know what? Let's just be okay with that. That's okay. That's okay. It's going to become really, really clear of what you need to do. But there's definitely going to be learning. There's going to be addressing how you show up with other, whether it's in relationship or career. But there's a lot of learning, and giving up the belief system when it comes to a certain way of looking at things, feeling about things, doing something like that. There's definitely going to be a release of, or letting go of, perception of something. So, going back to Lenormand, if you're a guy and maybe you're girl, and listen, cross watches, I'm sorry, maybe be really honest with yourself. Are you being completely authentic with your partner 100%? Even with yourself, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a horrible thing. It could just mean that, something needs to end the way it was to create a new cycle, or this could be needing to end the relationship or needing to end the job, whatever it is. There needs to be an ending to the way things have been in an area having to do with either your career or relationships in order to incite this new beginning. So whatever that means for you. So let's pull these guys down. And we're going to pull for extra information for love. Okay. Let's pull a few good tarot. Let's see what they have to say. Let me move these fellas over here. So we'll pull some good tarot and some oracles and additional tarot for messages that we need. Okay. These cards are big. Look at tarot. They're beautiful, but they're big. Three of Air. Okay. Getting a message from a third party. Could have to do with a third party. Then we have the Sun. Okay. That's beautiful. You got the Sun twice in your reading. And then we have the Ace of Air. Okay. All right. Okay, let's pull some Island Time Wellness. So the Three of Air, it's Three of Air is all about a silver lining, Some sort of natural departure. Rejection is protection. Information coming in from someone where Three of Air is a card of pain, first of all. It's a card of pain. It just says it's Saturn in Libra. It's restriction in relationship. This could be a third-party situation. This could be something that created imbalance in the relationship where it ended up being a very hurtful situation. Three of Air is the card of pain. Is the card of pain. So some sort of betrayal. Then we have wedding rings. Yep. Twin flames. Beautiful. The Grim Reaper. I feel like there's this transitioning going on though, right? With the energies. Yep. Leaving something negative to walk into something absolutely fabulous. We have friendship. You may not always understand why things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Okay, listen. This is what I'm getting. I see the pain and I see the redemption, because the sun is a gorgeous energy here. This is beautiful. This is a deep connection, a deep love commitment. This is being truly just being with the person that you're supposed to be with. But what's so gorgeous too is the Ace of Air. I mean, this is just a fabulous energy. It's about destiny and fate and the law of karma and powerful forces of transformation at work here. Is a lot about synchronicity. Truly, like, the card of everything happens for a solid reason. It's like meaningful coincidences and forces beyond your control are operating in your life right now for your highest good. And things are happening now with a great velocity. So you really need to expect quick results that are going to kind of lead you forward with really, really good information, because remember, swords are, or air, swords is all about information coming in. So we have from pain, we have this beautiful energy. Now we have wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. We have twin flames, yin yang, complementing each other, coupling. But then we have the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. So for many of you, this is the kind of energy where it's like, look, whatever was. There is a new energy that wants to bring you in. Go with them. Be honest about what you see. Be honest about what you're being told. I don't even want to say what you see, but what you're being told. There's some sort of information coming into you, Cancer, that is really going to be very beneficial for you regarding somebody that you were dealing with. I just feel like you're dealing with it. I feel like there's a level of like the Three of Air happened already. I just feel like the pain happened already here. There was something that somebody wasn't seeing that somebody else was doing. Again, friendship here. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. So yeah, listen, I mean, even the Grim Reaper, like whatever was, like that relationship is over. It needs to be over. It cannot be returned to the way it was. It's done. Now, so for some of you, I'm getting totally done, meeting somebody new. Open yourself up. Just accept the way things happen. Give it up, right? Surrender to it. You don't have to understand everything all the time. Life is interesting like that. But whatever it is that you're going into is great. Now, we do want to also say, particularly because we have this square, we have this conjunction in Saturn and everything going on in your 7th house, I do have to say that this could be sort of like a tower energy where that relationship is over the way it was. You can't continue in that the way it was anymore, Cancer. You can't. If you want to rebuild it, everybody's got to be equally on the same page. There's got to be forgiveness. It's a hard pill to swallow. When Saturn is present, it's not easy. You're an energetic being. You choose to do whatever you want. But if you want something, you're really going to have to work at it. Queen of Cups, Gemini and Cancer. Learning something new in order to create a very firm foundation. Can you believe this? We got the sun again. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, we have to pay attention to that. 3 suns from all 3 different poles. Then we have the Lovers. Are you guys willing to put the work in? The energy could feel thick and tense, thick and heavy. Not easy. This is the clouds, right? I think I mentioned them before that I was talking about. Clouds are conflict, issues, things that we need to work out in relationship. And then we have the 6 of Wands. It's all about success. Yeah. Being successful. It's after the Five of Wands. It's after the ego nonsense. It's after the arguing. It's after all of that. It's finding a new middle ground. It's respecting each other and finding success. It's not easy, though. I feel like whatever connection this is not easy. There's nothing easy about it. Now, some of you are going to choose to walk away and start a whole new cycle. For others of you, again, guys, it depends what else you have in your chart. You need to understand that. None of you are just Cancers. But some of you in that Green Ripper energy, we might be like, you know what? The way it was, done. Time to grow and transform your life. Yep. That's what you're going to do. And you know what? If this person wants to be in your life and you want to be in theirs, you guys are going to transform and you're going to learn a new normal together. It can happen. Absolutely. It's just going to take a lot of work. And that is what I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.